So I want to start this video a little differently. About a year ago, I published a YouTube short. Let's just watch it together real quick. What I don't like and what I don't think is the future is this new term vibe coding. I always thought vibe coding is you put on some music and then just code along, but vibe coding, I don't know, maybe you heard it already. Vibe coding is this new way where people just prompt any AI, GPT for instance. GPT will give you some kind of code and then they just try to copy and paste it and repeat this process until it works. I don't think this is the right approach, okay? Yeah, that didn't age well. I said I didn't think vibe coding was the future. I said copy-pasting AI output until it works is not the right approach. And you know what? I still stand by part of that. But the other part, I was completely wrong. And today, I want to walk you through exactly what changed. And more importantly, what it means for you as a developer in 2026. Real quick, I built a free Blazor AI starter kit for you. It is a clean Blazor project with AI integration already set up, including instructions, skills, and the right architecture. Ready to clone and start building. The link, as always, in the video description below. So whether you're already using Copilot or Claude daily, or you're still skeptical and doing everything manually, this video is for you. Because the landscape has shifted so dramatically in the last 12 months that I genuinely believe if you're not actively using and mastering AI coding tools right now, you are falling behind, not gradually, actively. And look, I'm not saying this to create fear. I'm saying it because I've seen it happen. Developers who dismissed this a year ago are now scrambling. Teams that build AI-first workflows are shipping twice as fast with the same headcount, or even faster. That gap is only widening. So a year ago, AI coding tools were impressive party tricks, right? Today, they are production-grade development partners. GitHub Copilot went from autocomplete to full agent mode. It reads your code base, understands your architecture, and executes multi-step tasks. And then Claude went from a capable chatbot to an agentic coding environment where it can browse files, run code, iterate on errors. So the quality of output has crossed a threshold. It's no longer close enough to fix up. For many tasks, it's correct on the first attempt. Context windows exploded. Tools now understand entire code bases in one pass, not just the file you have open. And the ecosystem matured, right? MCP servers, AI skills, custom instructions. The tooling now allows you to teach AI your patterns once and never re-explain them. So the tools from the beginning of 2025 and the tools of now May 2026 are not the same category of product. One was an assistant and the other is a collaborator. And here's where I want to be precise because I think there's still a real and important distinction to make. The term vibe coding, coined around February 2025, described a specific workflow. Describe what you want, get code, copy paste, repeat until it works, with no real understanding of what you're shipping. And that approach is still problematic, not because AI is involved, but because not understanding your own code is always problematic. If you cannot explain what the code does, you cannot debug it when it breaks. You can't review a pull request that changes it. You cannot extend it 6 months from now, and you can't know if the AI made a subtle architectural mistake. So the thing I was actually criticizing was mindless AI use, and that criticism still stands. But here's what I missed. The answer to bad AI use is not no AI use. It is skilled AI use. And skilled AI use is now the professional standard. Now, let me be direct about something. A year ago, using AI tools was a competitive advantage. Now in 2026, not using them is a competitive disadvantage. Senior developers using Copilot or Claude effectively complete in 2 hours what used to take a day. And that's not an exaggeration. It's what teams are reporting. Job postings increasingly list AI tool proficiency as expected, not as a bonus. In most hiring markets right now, 2 equally skilled developers walk in. One actively uses and has mastered AI coding tools, and one doesn't. The first one gets the offer or is the one who won't get replaced. And this isn't about AI replacing developers. It's about AI using developers replacing developers who don't. So the barrier to entry for junior tasks is collapsing. That means the bar for what a senior developer brings has risen. Architecture, code review, testing judgment, domain knowledge, debugging complex systems. These are what matter now. The developers who will thrive in this environment are the ones who treat AI as a force multiplier for their actual expertise, not a replacement for developing expertise in the first place. So if just copy-pasting is vibe coding and not using AI is falling behind, what does actually doing it right look like? First, you still own the architecture. AI generates code to your specifications. You decide the folder structure, the design patterns, the trade-offs. Copilot doesn't decide whether you use CQRS or vertical slices. You do. And then you encode that decision and let the AI implement it consistently. Second, you verify everything. You read what the AI generates. You understand it. You wouldn't merge a pull request from a junior developer without reading it. Treat AI output the same. Read it, understand it, push back if something looks wrong. Third, you use AI for tests, not instead of tests. One of the biggest productivity gains is using AI to generate test cases, including edge cases you might miss. But you still decide what coverage looks like and whether the tests are meaningful. Fourth, you teach the AI your patterns. The difference between a developer who uses AI and one who masters it. The master has set up custom instructions, AI skills, the agent's MD file. They've done the 20-minute investment once so that every future interaction produces code that already matches their project. And number 5, you stay current. The tools evolve faster than almost any other piece of technology right now. A workflow that was optimal 6 months ago may be obsolete. Stay close to the release notes, the community, the tutorials. So, to answer the question I implicitly raised a year ago, is this the future? Yes. It's not even the future anymore, actually, right? It is the present. The developers who accepted that early and invested in learning how to use these tools well, they're the ones setting the pace right now. And to the me from a year ago, you were right that mindless copy-paste isn't good engineering. But you missed the bigger picture. The answer was never avoid AI. The answer was use it well. And now, a year later, that's exactly what the best developers are doing. And if you want to see what using it well actually looks like in a .NET and Blazor context, watch this video next and you will learn how to set up AI instructions properly.